Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another One Take Tuesday in the midst of this here roulette week, as it were. Got roulettes aplenty coming out here. And today's match is against Dangerous36M. Some may call him a man, some may call him a myth, some may call him a legend, but most people call him a ghost because of particular reasons, which I shall not divulge, apart from everyone really knows them already. So we got this roulette going on here. In case you're wondering why he has two Mews, it's no species clause, so he can have two Mews if I pick them, and I so happen to pick them. That's what happens, and so here we go. So our leads are his Jinx versus my Galvantula. On the very first turn, he's going to miss a lovely kiss, but this is something that was foretold to happen in the history of time, because everyone knows Admiral Cunt. You don't fuck with Admiral Cunt. She is the head honcho at the helm of the ships, all the ships, every ship in the ocean. And Choice Banded Galvantula, you know what it's all about here, because this thing is pretty destructive. You don't want to stand this way. So, clean it out with an X-Scissor on the first turn, after dodging the lovely kiss. In comes Quillfish, which intimidates me and gets rid of my attack, so I'm going to have to switch out to something to combat it. Just so happens to be my turtle here. And as soon as I switch it in, I realize I have nothing whatsoever I can do against the Quillfish. So I decide, okay, that's fine. I'll just use it as a pivot switch to get back into Galvantula, threaten him out with the Wild Charge, and we should be good to go from there. But instead of going for a second layer of spikes, it ends up going for the taunt, I guess thinking that my turtle is going to try and set up or something in his face, but didn't want to do that. So I decide, instead of going for the Wild Charge, I'm going to go for, ladies and gentlemen, it's the one and only move that defines many Pokemon on many of my teams. Admiral Cunt is not alone in having this move, of course. The great and ultimate Giga Impact, and genius. It just tears a soul straight through Whiscash, and it makes it unable to swim, basically. So it has to fly instead. Instead of swimming, it decides to just jump in the air with the bounce there, and I'm going to decide, well, I'm not staying in for any of that crap. I'm going to go straight into my turtle, Caracosta, there you go, that's its name, and take the hit pretty nicely. Now, the problem with this is I don't think I can actually do much to the thing, barring, I'm not even sure if it has water absorb. This was something that kind of plagued me through the match as well, because I was never sure whether it did have water absorb or not, because I can't remember what random water Pokemon did get that ability in 5th gen as a Dream World thing. So I decided I'm going to switch out again. Obviously Earthquake is threatening me also because he is part ground type and he's probably going to have it, and looking at the set he's probably packing the Dragon Dancer, bulk and stuff with leftovers. So I'm going to go into Tangrowth to take it pretty nicely. And at this point, I could go to put something to sleep, which I believe is my intention here, instead of going for the Power Whip straight away. I guess it would be nice to get some power damage on the Mew, but I decided to Sleep Powder instead, because I'm just kind of hoping that it's going to land, and then it fall asleep, and then I'll be able to set up on it with something else, right? So that's what I try and do. Unfortunately, I missed the first one. Second one, however, is going to connect after he decides to Swords Dance. I guess he couldn't really do much damage to me with his Mew standalone. I guess it's a physical set, but because Mew is a bit weird and probably doesn't have the greatest moves to hit Tangrowth with, it's going to need some boosting before it's going to hit me with any kind of move. So, put it to sleep. Send out Admiral Cunt once again. She is at the helm today, just kicking ass and taking names, and really threatening Rick's entire team at this point, because X is going to do a hefty amount to anything that switches in, regardless. Even if Terrakion comes in, it's still going to take some not very appreciated damage. And Rick was like, I can live an X-Scissor. I'm afraid, Rick, this is not the case. Not the case when Admiral Cunt is in town. Nobody messing around, because that's a clean OHKO. Clean one-hit KO on the Mew. Goodbye, good night. So in comes Quillfish again, of course, a little bit of a bane in my life. I can obviously revenge kill it with a Wild Charge or even Giga Impact, but for the time being, I'm going to switch out again, go into Catsby. Catsby is cool. I like Catsby, has a lot of things going for it, and some interesting stuff's going to happen here. I'm going to get the Fake Out off first of all. Technician boosted, I believe, and stab and everything, so it's going to do a nice amount of damage. I'm also Life Orb to boot, so it's going to take a huge chunk out of the Quillfish, I guess a bit more than he expected. He unfortunately got some spikes up on the switch, but this is the original, the OG Catsby of Nick's creation, which is carrying assist, and I actually get Iron Defense from the assist, which is pretty hilarious. And Rick's like, what the fuck on your team has Iron Defense? Obviously, obviously Caracosta is the only thing that can really use it, so that's what does have it. Unfortunately for me, I get the +2 defense boost, and then all for nothing because he just straight up crits me with a waterfall. So I'm like, well, that's fucking terrible. Thanks a lot, Quillfish. You're a pain in the ass. You're really just being a pain here. I would have liked to get lots more damage on this thing, because then I could have revenge killed it with the Darmanitan. As it stands, this was a really stupid play, because having a Scarf Darmanitan in a roulette is actually a really nice thing. Me just letting this thing die to a waterfall, being not able to kill it with an earthquake, was a stupid play. Definitely should have tried to weaken it first, because there was no chance I was going to kill it with the EQ. It's unstabbed, I'm scarfed, not banded, and Quillfish is bulky. It is defensive. It has Intimidate, you know, it's really defensive, a lot more than you would think. In any case, Admiral Khan back in the building. Gonna go for the X-Scissor again, and this time I know for sure, for certain, it's gonna take the thing out, even though it resists it, just because the choice banded power that is behind it. So, fantastic, that thing's out of the way. But in comes Terrakion, and obviously I do not want to take any kind of sort of hit. This thing wants to deal out on me. I'm kind of afraid that it's gonna sub on me, but I don't think Rick would be fortunate enough to get a sub variant, so he instead is packing the Swords Dance, so there is the potential of him being sub, but I'm guessing he's probably Swords Dance 3 attacks. Seems like, I don't know, is a decent set and it can work, and in this case he's going to be able to go for the close combat and take out my Caracosta, because I honestly have nothing else to go to. Getting a Terrakion in a roulette is like freaking like Jesus dropping down to earth and giving you a pearl of wisdom, which lets you know the secrets of everything. That's basically how good it is. Pretty good, if you ask me. So yeah, the good thing about this though is that I do have a defensive buffer to stop his Terrakion with, being of course Tangrowth, and I'm guessing he's carrying Earthquake plus Edgequake plus Close Combat, because X-Scissor probably would have been a nicer move to do there. But he's going to have to go for the Stone Edge. Maybe he is carrying Sub then. I don't know. But a +2 Stone Edge is not going to be able to take me out. Go for the Stone Edge instead of the Close Combat, hoping for a crit. Trying to just do evil things to me again and crit me once more, but doesn't work out for him. Tangrowth's able to take him out with a Power Whip. And it's getting pretty down to the wire here. It's getting pretty close. So brings in the Whiscash, which I'm not sure if he's going to outspeed or not. So I was kind of wary about this, maybe staying in and going for the Power Whip, and I decided I'm going to stay in regardless, because I don't fear it much apart from the bounce. I'm thinking, okay, I should be able to take this bounce. I am physically defensive, Whiscash isn't that powerful, I'm getting a bit of extra lefties here, added to the fact that I just have HP. Unfortunately, he crits me. Again. This is great. Thanks, Rick. Thanks a lot. Which kind of just sucks, because I can't kill the Whiscash. It would have been dead. Power Whip would have killed it, but no. Instead, Admiral Khan had to finish the job herself. Jesus Christ. No one on this team does what it's meant to do. So in comes the Impact. Not on this team does what it's meant to do. So in comes the Impact! And down goes the Whiscash, and yeah, this is pretty freaking good. Is dead. Unfortunately, I'm now gonna have to be paralyzed or charging my beam laser again in order to kill this thing. Mew comes in, which is his last Pokemon, and it's actually the exact same Mew, because I picked 61 and 62, or 60 and 61, and they were both Mews, and they're both the exact same ones. And now the funny thing about this is I could have switched out on this turn, gone to Beedrill, and then come back with my Galvantula and gone for the Sucker Punch, but then he probably would have been able to do things and work around. He probably would have, because he has defensive moves and stuff like Swords Dance and stupid. Not even a defensive move, but it's a move that doesn't do damage. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is, well, I could have tried something, but it wouldn't have worked. In the end, I go into Beedrill and sub on his Sucker Punch because he thinks I'm scarfed, and now I'm thinking, okay, I can actually maybe kill him probably with an X-Scissor because it's stab and super effective, but of course there's a Mew, so maybe not kill him, so I need a crit or something. Please, crit, please! I don't get a crit, and he lives the hit, and that's how it works. Because now he's going to outspeed me on the next turn, go for the Zen Headbutt, and just destroy my life, because I can't live it. It's it, and Beedrill's down. But that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That was the roulette. It was a very narrow 1-0, which I don't know, seemed to kind of tip in his favor with a little bit of hacks there. But hey, it's how the game goes. You got to live with it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you're enjoying Roulette Week, as it were. And yeah, this was a fun game. You should go check it out. You just watched it. Why am I telling you to go check it? This is the problem with One Take Tuesdays. I try to think things and then nothing comes out of my mouth. I don't know. Anyway, okay, goodbye. I'll see you guys tomorrow with another video. And yes, leave a like if you did enjoy. That'd be nice. Otherwise, until next time, bye. Okay, bye.